What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night mayhem. Tonight, I think it's more of a chill, calm night. Not a whole lot going on tonight, everything like that. And we've all kind of been doing something, right?
I should be asleep.
Yeah.
It's been a long weekend.
The weekend's still not over for everybody else. This is my last day of the weekend, but it's nice having a Sunday.
It's been a long life.
It is nice not having to work today and just going to hang out with all you guys. So I've been enjoying that. But how are you guys doing? Cloud, how you been? Feels like it's been forever.
I mean, not really. We were on Ball Bus this Friday.
But yeah, I'm just busting your balls. How you doing?
Good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
You spelled Starfield wrong. I before E except after C.
Fuck.
I'm just telling you.
It's
the nicest way I can put it.
No, you just call me a retard because I even.
You did. Oh my god!
I fixed it.
There you go. Mazel tov. There you go.
Shit, I think I need to fix it on the YouTube side.
Yes, you have to fix it on the YouTube side.
No, it automatically fixed on the YouTube side. Yay!
Oh yeah, okay, there you go. Okay.
I'll have to fix it on the Rumble side.
Good job, champ. Good job.
You might have to refresh, but yes. Hello, Captain. Have fun. How are you doing? And hello, Abaru. Yeah, we're kind of dry tonight. The $20 and up rule really doesn't apply tonight. That's more of a ball busters and Skinamax thing. So, but if you want to
even whores need a break.
Yeah, I need a break, especially after last night. Oh God, I was drunk. But Adam, buddy, how are you?
I'm tired. I mean, I'm serious. I should be asleep, but I have problems falling asleep these days. So I try to tire myself out so I reach pass out point, and I'm not quite there yet. I've been watching One Piece, and
it's at least it's at least right. Not.
We were talking about this.
Yeah,
it's not terrible. Yeah. As far as I mean now, it's not terrible. It's not insulting. Clearly, Oda's influence is there because he was involved. It's just, and I've said this multiple places now. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. And I even made a post in my comment section. The only place I haven't done is Twitter because I don't feel like bringing down heat on myself until I finish it, so I can give it a complete analysis. It's watching something I've loved for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize it, yet I don't know it. It's just slightly off. It's just not quite what it should be for me. And I say that as, and I'm a certain type of old school One Piece fan. That's the best way I can put it without unintentionally insulting other One Piece fans, which I unintentionally did today during a roundtable. I did not mean to insult one of our subscribers, one of our frequent guests. I didn't intend to do it, but I put it a certain way. It wasn't meant for me. This is not meant for me. This is meant for old school One Piece fans who are perfectly ready to accept this for what it is and as the bridge that Oda wanted to build to normies. Because that's what it is. This is Oda's golden goose. Or no, sorry, no goose. This is white whale. Let me phrase it. I'm tired. It's his white whale. He has been hunting this white whale for a very long time. Because, Jeremy, what's the one thing people always say when they first see One Piece?
Too kiddish.
No, too big.
Too big as well. Way too big.
Thousands of chapters, now over 1,000 episode, over 1,000 chapters if you're reading the manga, and they go, "Oh my God, how do I even get into this?" Because they see that number and they're scared off, not realizing that with the anime, you can cut at least 200 episodes out of the anime that are filler. Minimum.
Yeah, but that's still a fuck ton of episodes.
To me, that's just a good time. It's like, all right, that's a lot of shit I can watch. That's going to keep me busy forever. But for the anime normie, that's too intimidating. Which is why I always said One Piece is not starter anime. You have to be intermediate to be ready to take that shit on, because you have to be ready for the ride and ready for the journey. But this, it's dumbed down so that it's not frightening, which is why it's so what's the word I want? Palatable. to the anime normie, to the new anime fan. That's why they're able to digest it so easily, because it's not got all the fear of complications rolled in. Now, is this 8-episode season truncated? Oh, you know it is. They just scrunched like 100 chapters into 8 episodes, and they changed a bunch of little things. And I'm not going to go into that because, as Jeremy pointed out a little bit ago, that would be me nitpicking, and I'm not going to nitpick this because there's no point in me nitpicking it unless I'm sitting down with another hardcore One Piece fan. We're talking anime.
And I would say on your own video of it, nitpicking it works perfect for you.
Oh, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm probably just I'm gonna fire up a live stream either on Tuesday night or Wednesday before I play Starfield, and it's just gonna be part of the discussion. And if I feel like it works, then I'll clip that out. But I'm not gonna do a dedicated video because I honestly, I don't want to fight with someone. I don't want to fight with One Piece fans who are happy with this. I really don't.
That's fair.
Because again, I don't hate it. I can see myself. I'm not going to go be bashing this. I'm just going to be nitpicking it in a conversation like we were a bit ago. And I want it to be what it's clearly intended to be: the portal for people who have been afraid of One Piece to get into it. And if it means somebody's going to read the manga or watch the anime, start the actual journey, then I'm happy for that. Because then maybe I can talk to them about it at one point, and because it's such a wonderful franchise. I'm watching this right now, and I'm thinking, how are they possibly going to do this? How are they possibly going to do that? With how not so much structured, but visually, there's just so many things that I just broke down. How are they going to pull off Gear 2? How are they going to pull off Gear 3?
I don't think they are. This is my problem with it.
How are they going to? I just ask these questions.
This is my problem with it. Like, I don't think this was something One Piece needed.
No.
And I don't think this is something that works for One Piece.
I agree.
Simply because it's an anime that there is things that we're going to have to adapt that aren't going to look right. And just off the bat, the stretchiness and also the first Marine General.
I don't like the CG of the gum fruit on this. And of course, here's something that to me would have made it even a little more palatable. They should have adapted part of the Japanese phrasing, gumu gumu no. I think that would have been endearing if he was, instead of saying gumu gumu no. That would have been endearing to me. And it would have made me feel good, because I always hate gum. I don't like gum. I like gumu. I like gumu no. That's what I like. But then I'm like I said, I'm very old school. I was watching fan subs of this when they were horrible and the lowest quality. What I watched when I watched the Skypiea arc was so terrible visually. It was so bad. I watched a fan sub once where they said that when Ace gives Luffy his Viver card after Alabasta, the translation I read when I watched the anime version was he said this is your pass to this pirate party. And I'm like, and then later on when I caught up, like, wait, that wasn't right. That was some horrible translation of it. So I was watching this shit when it was horrible for fans of before the real good fan subbing communities popped up. So I mean, but it's just, there's so much stuff. I've heard speculation on what they're going to do next season. If it seems like they're going to try and do Alabasta, everything leading up to and get through Alabasta, that would be a tall order considering how much goes on in between before they even get to Alabasta. I mean, they have to go through Chopper's whole arc to get there. And what I do know is, like, at least they would probably do what the 4Kids version didn't do. And when Luffy Luffy fights, oh shit, what's his name? What's the Sandman? Fuck, I just forgot his name. I'm too tired. Crocodile. Thank you, Crocodile. When he fights Crocodile in the real version, he only beats him because he uses the blood on his hands. Although I know later on that the 4Kids version, because I had stopped watching the 4Kids version by then because that was an abomination. It was sweat on his hands in the 4Kids version. It was like, oh fuck you, no.
Yeah, that's how I knew it.
It's so much more hardcore that Luffy beats the crap out of him using the blood on his own fists. That's so much more hardcore. So I know, considering how many people they gank in this show, they're not gonna have a problem covering Luffy's hands in blood for that. So I'll give them credit for that if they get that far. But again, I Robin better have giant tits too.
She will.
They all need to have giant tits. Nani needs to have a breast increase.
Technically, Nami, her breast size kind of is right. She doesn't go triple D until the time skip. That's
she
when
needs those triple Ds.
Well, in the time skip, yes. When she wears nothing but a bikini all the time, yes.
It's not.
And we'll get to Devil's Intro, but I do like this comment from Abaru. Fuck, where's Gal when you need her?
Abaru. I think that's like.
See, Gal knows it. Anyways, I love the Parasite anime. I thought the Parasite anime was really good, but the live action movie adaptation in 2 parts was okay, but it had to leave so much out, and it was a Toho production. That's something that I've been talking about. Like, even like the live action anime, 9 times out of 10 is shit, even if it comes from Japan. When it comes from Japan, it's a little bit more palatable, but usually it's still not.
It's especially when they try to cram it into a movie. It doesn't work. At least they're doing this in a show, which at least is the right format. Yeah. And again, in the end, though, I'll stop now. I'm happy for the success. No. I'm happy that it's going to generate the success to generate true interest in the franchise from normies.
And what it looks like is Oda does have a deal with Netflix, and almost every One Piece production is on Netflix now. So it is easy to just get into.
Yeah, so it's all there you go. I'm in the end, I'm happy what the end result's going to be, even if I'm not enjoying this, but I know it's not made for me. So I'm okay with it. In the end, I'll be okay with that aspect of it. Dude,
you know,
Oda has talked about his design of women. He says, I want to create the hourglass perfect shape, and he has no shame about that.
No, he doesn't, and we are proud of him.
Yes, Oda's a beautiful man. He's a beautiful man for giving us all the beauties of One Piece. Because that's the thing about One Piece, there's no ugly women in One Piece. They're all beautiful.
Well,
okay, we're not talking old ladies and Big Mom. No, I'm not talking about Big Mom. I'm talking like, listen, 9 out of 10 times, every time a chick is introduced in One Piece, she's gonna have triple D tits and an hourglass.
Okay, the more important women, even the bad women, are normally hotter than hell.
Hey, now Perona's one of my favorite, and she ain't a good guy. I love Perona.
There are the few, the very first one, bad women.
Alvida doesn't count. That's early on in the animation style.
You know what? You're right. Alvida doesn't count. I'm also pretty sure she's the first trans.
Then she takes her devil fruit later on. She turns her into a hot chick. Yeah. She eats a devil fruit later on that turns her into a hot chick.
When did she eat devil fruit? Because all I've seen was the 4Kids version.
No, this is after the time skip. I forget her.
Okay, so then
where it is. No, she gets overpowered. She gets hot. She gets hot too.
I thought it was before the time skip. I thought it was when they went to the city where they killed the Pirate King and encounter Smoke. Isn't that when
they don't see Alvida
comes in?
No, they don't. I don't think they see. No, Alvida doesn't come back until years later, because that's basically still in this first part. She's still out for the count because she joins back up again with Buggy later on. She joins up with Buggy. Because I think it's during the war arc where Buggy's for a while. Buggy's Shichibukai. I want to hear them say Shichibukai in this, not Warlord of the Sea. I want to hear Shichibukai. I always love that.
They're not gonna do that.
I know they're not gonna do that. And they better make all I do is I just keep saying they better do this, and it's never gonna quite work for me, and I admit that, and I accept that.
Abaru, no, they didn't even try there. They just straight up said, the Attack on Titan live action quite literally is Japan pulling a Hollywood. That's how bad that is. That hurt, and that was at the peak of like Attack on Titan's popularity. And it is, why did you do that?
I remember I saw it with, at the time, my high school best friend. He loved it. I'm like, you're a retard. That shit was awful.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. Devil made me do it. It feels like I haven't seen you in like years, man. How are you doing?
Go ahead and play it, dude.
You want me to? Okay.
You understand what $1 million is? I would blow everyone on this fucking panel for $1 million. I can get therapy. I can get therapy to deal with it afterward.
I love that clip because it's not me.
Like I said, I stand by it.
How drunk are you?
No,
What?
I
No?
wasn't
He
even a little
wasn't.
bit drunk.
Oh, he was the only one not drunk.
No, he had 1 or 2 beers. The rest of us got drunk.
Oh, Captain, have
I-
fun. If they did an actual adaptation of the Guyver, not the dumbass live action we got, they need to do the actual story because the actual Guyver story is fucking badass. I want to see Guyver 3, baby. That's my favorite. Guyver 3 is my favorite. That dude is. I love Guyver 3.
No. So Devil, I did my outro last night. Did I even do my outro last night?
Did you?
I don't remember because I remember
You did an outro on Ballbusters?
No, Skinamax.
Oh, okay. No.
No, I don't remember.
I don't remember at all. All I remember is eventually I muted myself, turned off my camera. I went outside and I'm pretty sure I was out there the rest of the night.
Like sitting outside?
Yeah, I was drunk.
Well, no, I know you were drunk, but why did you?
Because it's a whole lot where I live. I live in the country. It's very secluded. I can walk outside and just sit out there and throw up.
Oh my god!
And then the dogs come and clean it up. Thank God.
Oh, nasty.
See, this is why This is why. You
And then they come and lick your
you.
face.
Never let a dog lick you. It's their toilet paper, and their tongues are in places you don't want to know. Ugh, no.
I don't want to know, but I love my doggos. They're amazing.
Yeah,
They're great, and they come and comfort me when I'm drunk off my ass.
Yeah, but just don't let them lick you. It's disgusting.
That's true. And Abaru for $10. I'm pretty sure I just butchered it. Thanks for keeping me entertained, even though I'm the only one drinking. Oh, well, I mean, I don't have a whole lot, so I'm sorry about that. Oh no, I still have some stuff, but I don't want to get super.
Don't drink.
Yeah, I don't want to get super drunk. Last night was bad, but do you think? How pissed off do you think I got Hannah tonight?
I don't know. I could tell she wasn't happy.
I felt awful. I did message her afterwards.
You have to realize, she defends you on streams where you're not there, and we're doing what we do to you, and it's been getting less and less every time.
I felt so awful. I felt. She
tried-
asked for my pronouns, it's an inherent response.
She tried to defend you on Engage, and we were merciless, and it just she kept giving up space on that, and eventually she stopped.
I felt so awful. I had to DM her and go like, I'm so sorry. I feel awful. I still do.
You're a terrible person, Jeremy.
I know I am. That I don't feel shame, but when I was seeing that I'm convinced I was pissing her off, it's like I feel shame. I'm shamed. I feel awful. I wouldn't blame her if she never wants to stream with me again because I feel bad. But you know what we need to do when we feel bad? We need to see something good.
Titties?
Nope.
Well, I am watching Overlord right now as my relaxation anime.
So the latest Godzilla trailer dropped.
I don't care.
I do, and we're gonna watch it because I love Godzilla. Godzilla's my
So
jam.
do I, dude. I used to watch. I had a ton of the Godzilla 60s VHSs when I was a kid. I mean, that's my old school jam. But I'm not really into modern Godzilla.
Wait, my farm is like that, but I usually stay at my house in Hollywood. It's in the hills. My wife has to be in LA for a bit longer. Ooh, that sounds fancy. How you doing, Cash? And yes, Abaru Kaiju's rule, but let's check this out. Oh, wait, yeah, audio's on. Okay, I'm gonna pause it real quick just for. Oh, I like that pause though.
It's a foreign film. I don't think they care, do they?
I don't know, but I'm just gonna do it just to be on the safe side. But I like that pause, and I like the way Godzilla looks so far.
Is he fighting anybody in this, or is it just I'm going to destroy everything in my path?
I think he's just destroying everything in his path.
I hate that. That's not fun for me. I need other kaiju battles.
I'm curious how this will do, but I want to see. I don't know what the plan is yet.
I mean, that's why I tell Mustang all the time whenever we talk Godzilla. I don't care for the original Godzilla movie, and I don't care for 1985. I don't like them. I like 1960s hero Godzilla who fights kaiju.
Well, there's that, but also like Godzilla was supposed to be a commentary on like disasters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
but then it wasn't. It was kaiju battles, dudes in costumes swinging at each other.
You ever play the PS4 game?
No, I played the
Wii game. I played the Wii
NES
game. That thing was awesome.
I saw a clip of a Godzilla video game with somebody playing as King Ghidorah trashing a city. I don't know what it was because it was in Japanese.
The PS4 game was dog shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. The Wii game back when it was on like PS3 and stuff. Oh God, when it was Godzilla Kaiju Attack or something like that, and you could just pick all the kaijus and just fight. Oh, so fun.
あれはゴジラ
Ooh.
That foot looks a little off.
Huh?
A little uncanny valley on those feet walking there.
Yeah, a little bit. I like it so far.
Looks like they're using the same design that the line that the was it Legend Entertainment? What's the company production company?
Lionsgate, I think, is what's doing it.
Is it Lionsgate? Okay.
It might.
It looks
It's either
like
Lion. Go ahead.
L something. I'm tired. I don't remember anything anymore at this point.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, I think it's I think they're using their same basic design that they're using right now. It looks like.
No, I've seen the design, and it's this is Toho.
The
head looks similar.
That's what. Well, that's all I just saw. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the head looks similar, but the actual design is more like classic Toho, but just CGI.
So skinny.
Yeah, well, skinnier. He's not American Godzilla who came over here and got fat because of McDonald's. I got to be honest. So.
Godzilla -1
I like it.
It's not stirring anything in me, honestly.
I like it mainly because I need a good Godzilla film as well, and I'll eat up almost all the Godzilla films, even the very bad ones. Not the '98 one, not because I love the lore behind the '98 one.
You invited the '98 into your bed and you spooned with it, and
no,
yes, you did.
Listen,
you did.
Okay.
We all did, and we all tried to forgive it, and then we regretted it. Okay, come on.
I'll say this about the '98 one. What I do like about it is that Japan bought the rights to that solely to reclassify it as a Zilla and kill it off.
All I know, I mean, I remember trying so hard to forgive that movie. I tried so hard. even at one point where I convinced myself, oh look, he fired a radioactive fire when of course he didn't. And I remember watching it for the first time in theater and realizing, wait a minute, it's scaling the Empire State Building. This thing's not big enough because Godzilla steps on the Empire State Building. He steps on it. That's how big he is.
What I like about this though is it's supposed to be a kind of like recreation of the original. So that's post-war. The downside is, what is the commentary going to be on? Because it's trying to go back to form for what Godzilla is as a commentary on stuff. That's why like Shin Godzilla really worked, because Shin Godzilla was a commentary on how the government responded to the tsunami. So I don't know how it's going to do, but the main reason we did this is because of what Melanie Mac tweeted. Just comes out here and says, "Step on me, King." I didn't know she was into that shit.
You see, now you made it dirty.
She says, "Step on me."
Listen,
King.
I'm starting to get to know Melanie Mac now. You know, we had a good time. We had a good time on drive-in, and she did reply to the comments. I'm going to reach out to her, see if I can, make sure we can open up lines of communication for future streaming. And now you made it dirty. You didn't have to.
I'm not the one that said "step on me." Shit, I just said it.
Come on, Ballbusters.
I'm gonna be really honest. There's people. I'm gonna be honest right now. There are people out there that, as much as I would love to bring them on Ballbusters, I know what Ballbusters is. I'm not gonna ask them.
I wouldn't mind because, well, I mean, that's some of my best comedy, so I'm okay with people coming on because that's me. I'm working hard.
But I say I have no shame. There's a few people that inherently they're not going to work. It's not going to be a good fit, and it would just be better not to bring them on, even if I really like them.
Yeah. Boy, all right. So how about this though? Favorite Godzilla era?
Ooh, shite.
See, I've already said mine. I love the 60s. I love the 60s Godzilla. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla and Godzilla versus Gigan, my two top favorite. Those are my favorites.
So this is not a popular one, but it is. I like it just for nostalgia reason. It's the 2000s era, because that's when I got into Godzilla.
Yeah. I tried watching some of those because they used to have when I had terrestrial cable. They used to have those on sometimes. Mm-hmm. To me, they just didn't have the magic of the 60s era for me.
Because like Godzilla 2000 was my first Godzilla film. That's why I like that era. And it's solely because of nostalgia. That's the only reason I like it.
His attitude, it's like the reason I like it so much is I love Hero Godzilla. I love Hero Godzilla. And 2000s, he's anti-hero Godzilla. And it just doesn't some of them are bad. Like, I hated Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. I hated Godzilla versus Biollante. I just didn't like those. Or
those are some of my favorite fights. Oh my god!
I didn't like them.
Okay, hey, we're all.
Dude, there's just something cool about Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla where he gets his ass kicked early in the movie and then goes off and trains and turns himself into a giant magnet just to beat Mechagodzilla. Cool
that is badass.
That's fucking badass.
It is badass. Oh god, I want to watch. I want to go watch some old Godzilla movies. I even like the black and white ones. They're so good.
I used to have sleepovers. We used to watch them, and when we were watching Godzilla versus the Smog Monster once, one kid fell asleep, and everybody just started shoving things in his mouth. I had whatever toys were lying around, and he didn't wake up, and that's my story. We're like, Timmy, would you like some candy? And I had a broken red tube that was part of a giant bubble maker that I never used, and they just kept putting that in his mouth. Hey, I'm just happy they didn't put his hand in water at that party. That was somebody else's house where they did that, and he pissed himself.
The hand in the water thing makes sense. Writing on your face, that makes sense. Shoving stuff in somebody's mouth while they're asleep.
It wasn't me. Other kids were doing it. I just stood there and laughed. Okay.
You just stood there and let the rape happen. Okay.
Basically. Hey. Timmy left a pair of underwear in my house that my mom found. It had skid marks in it. Okay. So I'm
outing poor Timmy.
I don't even know if that kid, that dude might be dead by now. I don't know. He had brain damage. You can find him in the Guinness World Records file. He was the largest birth in California. He was in the Guinness World Records. This kid, Timmy. I'm not going to out his last name. I'm not going to do that. But I mean, I didn't murder anybody.
Let's not do that. And what?
He was retarded. He was retarded. He had brain damage. He got stuck.
Now Timmy's an MMA fighter. And he's pissed at you.
Well, he was a hulking kid. He was a big kid, man. For our age.
You know what? You know what? You want to know what I think Timmy is? I think Timmy truly is. God damn it! I had a joke and I failed. Fuck.
It's okay.
I was trying to think the Canadian wrestler that killed him.
Don't make a Benoit joke. Don't make a,
yeah, I was gonna do a Chris Benoit joke, but I failed.
You see, yeah.
I'll openly admit I fucked that one up.
Good try, champ.
That was not a good try. It was, what the fuck is this cloud? No, I don't even know why you posted this, but we're gonna look at this because this is fucked up. What did you do?
I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter.
Feast your eyes. These are Pokemon without their other parts. This looks wrong.
That looks like a blue chicken.
Yeah.
I'm hungry right now. That's not good. That's not good. I'm hungry right now. I shouldn't.
Altaria without its cotton.
The worst one is green one. That's a newer one called Drampa.
Okay, that's why I don't know it.
It's Grandpa the Grandpa.
No, it's Drampa Snoop Dogg. It looks like Snoop Dogg. It has dreads and everything. It kind of looks like Snoop Dogg. It needs to be having a doobie in his mouth. This is what comes from the generation when they made Trump a Pokemon.
I know. I named a bunch of my gumshoes Trump.
Everybody did. That was the only correct name for him, was Trump. The only good one here is Zoroark. Everyone else looks wrong.
Have you ever seen the other ones of like Dialga and all them without their stuff?
No, I don't want to. That looks wrong. I love Kay.
Listen. It's bad enough we have to do the blabs thing. Now you got to turn him into a furry too. Come on.
Benoit and I had friends. He was really nice till he lost his mind.
Well, I bet his wife and kids thought he was nice too.
Maybe people were stuffing stuff in his mouth when he was a child.
See, that might be why Chris Benoit did what he did. Okay, in reality, it was because he was molested.
I kind of think it was steroids.
Yeah.
You know what? Wasn't it in reality like he was not AEW? What was he again?
He was WCW. No, he was WCW.
Yeah, WCW. Isn't it like for the longest time they haven't actually been treating like the brain damage and stuff, and he had like maybe a concussion that just wasn't treated?
Probably a combination thing. I mean, the dude was ripped. He was tone ripped, and you don't get like that without the juice. And there was brain damage. It was a combination of things.
Yeah, there's a clinical thing for it. I think it's called a family annihilator or something. When you believe he was so depressed that he needed to die, type thing, but you don't think your family can be without you, so you think you're doing them a favor.
I remember when it happened. And I remember when it happened and everybody didn't know what happened yet. And they did the whole memorial episode. And then, hey, the cripple crossface, it was an awesome finisher.
Chris Benoit's finisher was his wife and kids.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to be tactful here. But I know
you are, but
hey, I don't want to kill your channel. Okay. Okay, I do. I mean, not tonight. But I remember when it happened and they did the whole thing and everybody was sad, and then it came out what really happened, and wow, just stricken from the record books. Stricken from the record books.
I know what Captain ends up correcting this, hit his head. But you're also not wrong. I love dark humor, but
I mean, again, he was fun to watch. In all seriousness, he was a great writer. I mean, I used to love it when he would signal his finisher and he draws thumb across his neck. It's just too bad he did that to his family.
See, we're all going to hell. We're all going to hell.
Oh, but dude, I went to hell by association when I was in college from a dude I knew named Sean. I was already going
I'm
to hell
going
by
to hell.
association from that.
Devil, you're just keeping the throne warm for me, okay? But in reality, I also saw this, and you know what? I hate to agree with this, but he's kind of right. Don't you agree, Cloud? When I saw Pokemon, I knew the next gen of boys wouldn't be masculine. He's not wrong. That's the sad thing.
Hey, I tapped out on Gen 2, I think. That's when I tapped out. So
honestly, that is where it was supposed to end, but it was a cat. It was printing cash.
Please, it still prints cash. Cash.
They need to pull back for a little bit, come up with some new ideas. I like what they are doing now is taking old designs and giving them revamps and new things like that. But
I think it was a mistake when they changed the animation style. That was a mistake.
Yes, I'm more talking about the games, but you're 100% right.
Well, I mean, I haven't watched the anime since '99 was the last time I watched the anime. Maybe 2000. But I mean, I saw, the other last year, because of course I watch anime, so clips crossed my path. And when I saw what they did the animation, I'm like, wow, that doesn't look right at all anymore.
I would say the last good season of Pokemon was XYZ. And that was Gen 5, no, 6, right, Cloud? Kalos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gen 6 was the last good season. Then they did the animation change because they wanted to get a younger audience. The problem is, and this is the problem every time, you don't need to try to get that younger audience. You just need to keep doing what you're doing.
Sorry, go ahead.
When it came to what they changed, though, like they didn't just change the animation style, they changed the formula altogether. It started becoming not Pokemon of the week or adventure of the week. It started becoming like completely pointless episodes. There was no cohesive story anymore.
I mean, here's why I got tired of it. The anime. I'm not talking games. I only played Red. I only played Red and Coliseum. That's all I played because I had
you didn't
Red.
have any friends.
No, I had friends. I had Coliseum from a friend. When I was in college, when we were all playing Red and Blue and Yellow, because then Yellow came out, we were all pissed. But I wanted Yellow because I want a goddamn Pikachu, but as my starter. But so he had Coliseum and he had it on his N64 because I didn't have an N64. But then his girlfriend wouldn't let him keep the N64 in his room. So he goes, "Hey Adam, can I keep the N64 in your room?" I went, "Sure." And then I plugged in Coliseum and I plugged in my Red 2 Coliseum and I got to fuck around with Coliseum for a couple months. So it was fun.
I mean, Coliseum's badass.
It was fun. It was fun seeing my Pokemon come to life on the TV screen. That was really cool and in full color. And having my Bulbasaur fire off a solar beam was so fucking badass.
You mean Stadium? Because Coliseum was on the GameCube.
Am I talking about Stadium? I'm an old man.
I'm gonna concede this one to him because I'll get that mixed up too. Because Coliseum and Stadium colloquially are the same thing, but
okay, all right.
In Pokemon, it is two different things. Coliseum is GameCube,
I'm thinking of Stadium. Then I apologize. Yeah. I'm old and I'm tired.
Because when you said N64, I'm like, wait a second.
All right, so I'm thinking of Stadium.
I mix that up too. So I'm not gonna
Stadium, but Stadium was great because that's the first time you could bring your Pokemon to life on the TV screen, and it was a lot of fun, and playing against somebody else was really cool. Anyway, but it was that era. A little after that, where I was watching a little more quit, but what I couldn't take about the anime was the fact that it was always "Let's be friends, let's be friends, let's be friends." And I used to go every time I watch an episode, I would sit there and go, "Let's be friends," and I just got sick of it.
You also have to remember, like Pokemon was for kids. Yeah, it's a fun thing, but they went from being
Pokemon all the time, and don't pass up on capturing Pokemon, Ash. You literally, and you know what the biggest mistake was? In my opinion, the franchise made the Simpsons mistake. Fucking age up your characters.
Well, they were.
Ash was an eternal 10-year-old. What are you talking about?
No. So he was aging. They had him in the show actually aging. They mentioned his birthday. They mentioned him getting older. And then in Generation 5, they wanted to do a soft reboot. They forcibly de-aged him back to being 10. He could not have been 10. The timelines did not make sense, but they forced it down.
I mean,
so then they started
Missy should have
aging
gone
him up.
through puberty by then. I mean, come on.
Yeah. In the games, she has grown up and everything. She completely changes. But in the anime, they're still kids, even though they have whole anime episodes where she is older. But no, they had to de-age her, and it just didn't work. When they started, you're right, they needed to age her up. We'll see how this new season works, because this new season is completely
Ash's story is over, right?
Yeah.
It ended last
it's
season.
over.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this new season's gonna last. It is anyways, there is an ice cream Pokemon.
I had a single at that point. I kicked my roommate out because he was a tool.
There is an ice cream Pokemon too, and I do like it.
You like?
I am a fan.
Gen 5 was the first time I called it quits. And this new generation is what I'm calling it quits.
I have played every game. I'm fine with the new generation. After playing Sun and Moon and surviving that, nothing is that bad. Sun and Moon was awful. But Cloud, you also posted this, and I thought this would be something cool before we get into the main topic. And Adam, if you don't want to stick around for the main topic, you don't have to, bud, because you are.
Well, I mean, I've been saying everything about the main topic enough lately.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you don't want to stick around, you're perfectly fine.
I'll stick around a little bit longer, then I'm going to try to go to sleep.
Let's talk about this though. But so, Cloud, what is this?
It's Wish version of Hatsune Miku.
Wish version of Hatsune Miku, but it's I cannot say this. The first AI pop singer has officially released a debut single after singing with industry giant Warner Music. Wait, isn't the first AI singer actually Hatsune Miku? Or am I wrong there?
No, yeah, it's an AI program that.
Well, let's see what is this. Okay, I can't handle any of this. What the hell?
What kind of fucking dirty ass kitty shit is that?
It's giving off those fucking Spider-Man and Elsa bullshit vibes.
No, this gives off lolly shit. Like that's how it's creepy.
Yeah,
But you know what? To bring down Taylor Swift, to bring down all Hollywood and all this, I support AI just to end them. Just to end it all. I want this to get Billboard #1 now, just to bring down Taylor Swift. I'm so tired of Taylor Swift. Even though the song creeps me the fuck out. What do you guys think?
I ignore all this shit.
I think that's incredibly you. Back to looks like a 11-year-old. I'm cool.
No, I'm not. I'll never watch this video. That video creeps me out. It's lolly stuff. That is no lollies. I'm sorry, Japan. You make wonderful stuff. Lolly stuff is where you guys fuck the hell up. That is. You guys have problems, and know that I don't care that it's art. There's some fucked up shit there. That's disturbing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. That is just that's a step too far in my opinion. But we're gonna start getting into the main topic. I think Adam said his piece on the main topic.
I've said it multiple places. I'll say it again if you want me to. I mean,
if you want to say it, you're perfectly fine.
Why don't you open it up though? It's your thing.
Well, so the main topic is Starfield has areas where they are putting in modern politics. Now, I have yet to play Starfield. It is being downloaded on my PC because it's free through Game Pass. I'm going to play it. I'm going to see what it is. But I think the biggest issue right now is people are tired of modern day bullshit, modern day politics. They're super, I'm trying to think of the right word.
Hypersensitive.
Scared? Hypersensitive. There we go. Hypersensitive to it. So just the smallest amount of it pushes people over the edge. Now, when it also comes to Starfield, there's other issues with the game as well. Not wanting to run, not wanting to work. There are plenty of things to complain about with Starfield. But I am not going to get angry with anybody for freaking out over the pronouns. I think there's one area where you could find a way to finagle it, considering it's sci-fi, and we'll get into that thing. Like Az has a clip of it that we'll talk about, but ultimately I'm not going to shame anybody for this. Again, I need to see more context on this, but it has erupted into Twitter spats. So
here's the thing. All right, Jeremy, you've seen me. You've seen I've made my entire case in the back room, in the DM rooms. You've seen me make it. I've been talking about this on different streams all day today. You've been in 2 of them. Here's how I see this. First of all, this game was destined to be a clusterfuck of controversy before this started because of the console wars. They have been at each other's throat for months over this game. People between Sony people and Xbox people, Microsoft people, they have been taking shots at each other. This thing was on that alone. It's there's been a turd in the punch bowl concerning this game. It was not going to be pretty. No matter what, there was going to be fights. And then now we have a Bethesda and their agenda. That's the next part of this, because there's 3 to 4 parts of this. And now, from what I've seen, again, like Jeremy, I haven't played it yet. I'm not going to start playing until Wednesday because that's the version. Jed said it comes out on Tuesday, but I don't have time till Wednesday to play this. So, on Wednesday, when I get to play it up, I will be streaming it, and we're gonna go. Those who watch me play games, we're gonna go through together live, and I'll start playing it. I don't know how long I'm gonna play it. Maybe 2 or 3 streams. Depends how much fun I'm having. But so I haven't played it yet. From what I hear, I have no reason not to believe all the stories we're hearing about the woke nonsense. I have no reason not to believe these are credible sources that they're coming from, people who have early access. Mm-hmm. But to what you said, the hypersensitivity has, for some people, and it's mentioned in the chat as being the primary example, Az has burned himself out on a lot of stuff. He has zero ability to handle any level of wokeness. Now, no one should have to handle wokeness, but considering what we all do, you have to have a certain level of tolerance where you're not going to break into a complete shouting match over it or a freak out. I mean, Jonathan Davis he replied to a comment. He's a frequent in your chat. He's a frequent in my chat. He replied to a comment I made on X Twitter this afternoon when I just said, I want to go back to a time when I could play a game and just hate it or like it. And not be drawn into a conversation based on game developers pushing agenda and gamers having getting crazy over ideological war. I want that. And he said to me, well, isn't this the same? I hear what you're saying and you're not wrong, but is this any different from what you do with Star Wars? And my response was, on the one hand, if we're dealing with Star Wars, an episode of something, you can in one episode easily take in everything that happened and make a definitive point on where it's all wrong in an episode. This game's been out for 3 days now. Friday was the early access day, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3 days.
It's been out for 3 days.
Maybe Thursday.
No, I believe it was Thursday for Az because he's 12 hours ahead of us, or 6 hours ahead. So Az started it a little early, but Friday was the first. It was the official launch day on the 1st for early access. 3 days, and people will already. Some people apparently have beaten it. I mean, how much have you been playing to already beat it in 3 days?
Well, I think Az already has over
well, not just
hours.
Az. I'm talking other people. Az, but I mean, what are you pooping in bags? Are we pooping and peeing in bags? Are we doing that?
I don't know.
That's a Japan thing when you play MMOs. They poop and pee in bags sometimes when they're so hardcore about a game, especially in MMO. But what I'm saying is this: we're 3 days in, and this isn't even the official launch yet. A lot of us haven't had a chance to play it yet, let alone have an experience with it. And a lot of the people who got the early access do it so that they can get a jump on making commentary.
Mhm.
So, and I'm not accusing Az of this. Az is genuine. He's organic, but he has no tolerance left. He's no tolerance left. So people love to watch, as Abaru said, an Az rant. People love a good Az rant, but I'm not going to Az for an initial take because he gets too angry too easily these days. He'll on shows that we all review, he'll watch an episode and he'll give up unless Gary's making him watch it for something, which is legitimate because that's what he says. I'm only watching this because Gary makes me. So Az is not exactly my go-to for a take on these things right now because he's not going to give me the full take, and he's very sick and tired of this. As per the viral video clip that's going around X Twitter, which went viral today, and everybody that is the focal point of all the controversy that's going on at X Twitter right now. Secondly, also, I personally haven't watched Az play. I haven't watched anybody play because, as with all things that I review or I'm going to go into, I want to go in pure as the driven snow. I don't want anybody tainting. I'm not going to touch it until I see it for myself. And that's the thing. I think everybody is not wrong, but I also think it's too soon to going to.
There's one person who is wrong, and
Lofty can kiss my fucking ass.
Well, here you
Lofty's
know what?
Always wrong. But
You're 100% right, but just to show.
Let me say one more thing. I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
And I think in some cases, as was brought up, the tolerances issue. Horny Alf was making this part of the discussion too. There's different tolerance levels, which is where we found common ground on this discussion today.
Mm-hmm.
We all have different tolerance levels, and we all have different tastes. You guys played Skyrim?
Yeah.
Another Bethesda game. So have I.
I love Skyrim. Fantastic.
I think it's one of the most boring games in the world. I played it from beginning to end, and I bought the Game of the Year edition, so I had all the DLC. I did every goddamn thing I could in it. It was too easy, and I was bored by the end of it. It did what it needed to. I needed a game like that to play at the time because I was in recuperation after in 2017, 16, 17. But in the end, boring. I don't get the love of it. So people will now look at me and say, "You're an apostate. You need to burn apostate for saying that." Not you, but I'm saying. People say you need to burn apostate. Therefore, if some people find Skyrim exciting and this game boring, yet I found Skyrim boring, I need to see how I'm going to find this game before I listen to what really anybody's going to have to say. So I think powder needs to be kept dry in this for a lot of people. And it's too much right now. And again, I know some people are overdoing it on purpose to get Twitter clicks because now everybody wants to get that Elon money. Hell, I'd like some Elon money, but I'm not big enough yet. But I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted because I just want to play the game. I just want to play the game and see how it is. That's all I want to do.
The way I see it, and I agree with you, Alf, I really think it's just tolerance levels. Like people are they're tired. They just want to either play a game, hate a game, or play a game, enjoy a game. That's really what people are getting to. I'm not shocked that Bethesda has something here.
It's Bethesda.
Yeah, because it's Bethesda. And ultimately, it all depends on you. I'm not going to shame you one way or the other. I just want to talk about it. And also, Lofty's a fucking retard, so that's why I'm talking
Lofty
about
is
it.
real. I mean, when you guys showed me that today, I was like, oh, fuck it. And he's doing it for rage clicks.
That is why he does this shit.
And he's doing it to be an attention whore. He's an attention whore.
Worse than me.
Yeah, at least you're passable. I mean, we'll let you stay in the house. You have to sleep on the floor, but we'll let you stay in the house. Lofty needs to go, sleep out in the barn because that's how bad Lofty is. And honestly, I hope to God you never bring him on Ball Busters again because that's the only way I would ever interact with him again. I'm not going to feed his need on X Twitter, and he definitely is not welcome on my channel. So
the problem with Lofty is how he talks, and because you know how he talks, you know how he tweets, you have his voice, and it's always this pretentious,
yes, good word,
kind of. I don't even think
dismissive.
Pretentious is the right dismissive, pretentious. This like level of I'm better than you, and if you have a decent argument to my thing, I'm just gonna act like you're retarded.
Yeah,
it's this level of just
condescending. He's very condescending.
That's the word, condescending. Word. Yeah. He is condescending to a point that just it pisses people off, and he doesn't see it.
And he doesn't realize his own arguments are not that good.
No.
They are not flawless. They are not completely wrapped up in a tight bow where there's no angles to pick it apart.
His whole argument was, well, you only have to deal with the pronouns for a little bit, so just muscle through it. But that's not the discussion. The discussion is, why do we have to have it?
Yes, and you brought up a great point, because I had actually seen Adam Krigler make this point. I've saved it for tomorrow night when we're going to talk about this on Mellow Mondays, because we are going to talk about this tomorrow night. I am going to bring this back up. But Krigler brought up the same point you did. What's the difference when Hogwarts Legacy did it? Same thing happened in Hogwarts Legacy. They just didn't make you choose pronouns. They just kind of glossed over it and didn't have you choose a gender. But it's the same difference. Where if everybody's so upset about this, and that's I'm just bringing this up to Devil, pardon the pun, to play devil's advocate here. Why wasn't everybody up in arms when Hogwarts Legacy did it? I mean, I complained about it. There's receipts. I said, well, they're doing this. This is stupid. But if everybody's so upset with this game for it, why didn't they complain about Hogwarts Legacy? Did the same thing.
Because I think we were just at that tipping point. That was right before the Budweiser, type thing. I think we've just hit this point where now we're over the edge. Before that, you still had normies accepting it. They're all like, I may not agree with it, but who really cares? But now normies are just as against it as we have been for freaking 5 years, 6 years now, where it's just annoying. Yep. It happening all the time.
I also think when it came to Hogwarts Legacy, there was the J.K. Rowling effect. Yeah, there were people pointing out that there was trans characters, but when it came to like the trans character, the lesbian character, and all that agenda stuff, it didn't feel forced upon you. Like it was there. It was.
I'm just talking about the character creation. I'm just talking about the character creation part, which is what everybody's hyper focused on with the pronouns and character creation with this thing.
I think I don't even remember it there.
No, what I'm saying is, I mean, I just said this. There was no pronouns in the character creation, but they.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They purposefully glossed over the fact that you didn't let you choose a gender.
Well, games have been doing that now. Like
Cyberpunk did it.
Cyberpunk did it. Yeah. Pokemon's done it.
Baldur's Gate did it now too, didn't they?
I don't know. I didn't play Baldur's Gate, but
I pretty much know in Baldur's Gate you can have a penis and have tits at the same time.
Yeah, there is in Cyberpunk. It makes sense, just because that's Cyberpunk. Like the world. Yeah, like even in Starfield, like there's a trans character. It kind of makes sense because it's a sci-fi. I could believe in a sci-fi like this. If you're cloning somebody, you can clone somebody into a woman. I could see that being a possibility. But like, I think there's a difference between here is body type 1 and 2 or A and B or whatever you want to do. And then here is your outright, here are your pronouns. I think there's a level of difference there because honestly, I see like body type 1 and 2 is just the passive. We're not taking a side. We're just stepping out of it. Here's something. Because Pokemon's doing that. And when I look at Pokemon, I see Pokemon as being more like here's something, we're stepping away. So.
Yeah, so that you did make a good point because you brought that up in a conversation today where why wasn't the Harry Potter thing? Devil's answer is a pretty good answer that people hadn't reached tipping point yet.
And really quick, Aberu, where's Gal when you need him? We need her. Oh God, I fucked that one up.
Wow.
God damn, I'm
if she hears that, she's gonna murder you.
Yes, she is.
In Minecraft.
Lofty is insufferable and unaware of his haughtiness.
Haughtiness.
Yeah, Yeah, I'll give you that. He has this level. Even when you talk to the guy in person, this is why I do like the dude. When you talk to him in person, he's able to kind of come down a little bit, and he doesn't seem so annoying. But
because if he tried that shit in person, someone would knock him out.
I do think that might be the case, because when I'm talking to him in person, he's not as insufferable. But when
that's
he's
coward behind keyboard syndrome, as I always talk about.
When he's on the keyboard, when he's behind his own thing, he becomes something else. And it's like, dude, I don't like this version of you. I like it when we can sit down, smoke a cigarette, and just chill. So apparently, I just had his name. Vito's the same way. So, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm gonna play the Az rant.
Okay,
Adam, if you want to dip,
I've seen it, so I'm gonna back out now, and I'm gonna. That's only gonna rile me up.
Yeah.
Again, nothing against Az. I wish he'd take a break. He needs to recharge. He needs to recharge his batteries.
I can give you that. He needs to go back and go place.
Well, I mean, he's doing good things with his exercise, just like you are right now. He's in a good place doing that kind of stuff. But I'm not saying he needs to take a break from Twitter. He needs to. I mean, from you being a YouTuber, he needs to take a break from the war for a bit, because he's got nothing left. You can see he has no ability. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I know you're gonna do it. I'm gonna do the Robin Hood thing in a month. That's low hanging cringe. And
I actually don't know if I'm going to do it, because I don't know where it's streaming on.
Oh, please, I'll find it for you. Please stream it.
Okay, if you find it, for
I know
me,
exactly where it's going to be. Please. No, I'm going to do it because I'm in review mode right now. So that's low hanging fruit, and
I need something to review.
Yeah, but I think for his own mental wellness, Az needs to take a break, because he can't handle it anymore right now. He's just so tired and exhausted from it.
On that point, when it comes to like Az, that's why he started playing video games again. That's why he started doing all the gaming over everything else, because he needed to step away. But now he's doing what he was doing when he was doing everything else and gaming. And it's like, no, just find a game and play it.
Well, if he hated Gollum, why did he keep playing Gollum? If he's hating this game so much, why has he played it for 30 hours in the past 3 days? Which is essentially what he's done. I mean,
all he needs to do is turn on something that is older.
What shock is the cringe take? I'm talking about his mental health here. I don't want to lose Az. I love Az.
Shock. I also think Shock likes the rants and stuff, and people like the rants. So
people like the rants, but he looks tired with this stuff. I mean, physically he's taking care of himself now, but I'm talking from a mental health perspective. I think he just. I want him
He needs to step away.
I want him to have a clearer head for this stuff, and he's so angry about it. And I want Az to give. He used to give much better takes on this stuff.
Shock. So he likes the gameplay. I get that, but it's more like the culture war stuff, and just how this discussion has just been like people's tolerance levels on the culture war. And there are some people that just need to take a step away for a little while. We're not condemning Az. Az is a wonderful dude. He's funny as all hell.
Yeah. I
think we're just worried about stuff.
No,
and this is Adam's take. He cares. We all care about each other.
I'm just thinking about I mean, Az used to give great reviews on stuff and funny reviews, and lately he starts one, he doesn't finish it, and he just loses his mind about it. And I used to like him when he would pick it apart. And and that's because I think he's exhausted on it. That's all. And he needs to recharge his batteries. That's all I'm saying. I think he just needs to take a break.
And Shock, I think that's the difference, though. I think that's where Az is at his peak, in my opinion. Like BBC Afternoon Tea was with Az.
That's different. Those are streams.
His gaming streams with everybody else, and also like gameplay. Like these become different things. Those things are where Az is like super chill, super relaxed at his peak, and he just wants to have fun. When it comes to some of the stuff that he was doing to try to have fun, it feels like he's hurting himself now. And it's like, turn on Pokemon. Everybody likes Pokemon. Turn on
Pokemon. I mean, well,
that's like
when I was watching him play The Witcher 3, he was so relaxed watching him playing that. That was having fun. And that's all I'm saying is, from my perspective as a YouTuber who reviews and deals with this horrible shit, to me it looks like that he is at his limit in dealing with it. That's all. That's all I see, and it's just concern for his health. That's all I'm saying. Mental health. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he doesn't even have to stop necessarily like playing games or go back to an old thing. He just has to play a game that he knows isn't going to stress him out. Like when he was starting to stream, what was that one that got
Up?
canned? No, it got canned because Conan said they stole the base code. What was it?
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Dark and Darker.
Was it Dark and Darker?
No,
I just remember it was one of the world building ones, and him and Quarterblack Garrett were playing it, and then it got ixnayed because it might have been
Valheim.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was Valheim. Yeah, he really liked playing that, and then when they knocked it off there, he just like stopped. And so, I mean, go back to something like that if you like it. You know, something you can chill on.
Yeah, real quick, Shock. I know we're just. I know. There's no beef. I know. We're just trying to explain our points, and it's late, and I'm hoping I'm being clear on my points.
Shock, I love you, buddy.
I should be asleep.
I love. Yeah. If you want to head out, Adam, you're perfectly
Yeah, I'm
fine.
gonna bounce. Thanks for having me. I'll see you later throughout the week.
I'll text you later, buddy.
Good night, everybody. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah. Now that he's gone, goddamn. No, I love Adam, guys. There's no hate here, as Shock even points out. Like, we're not hating. These are different points of views. These are different perspectives. I kind of agree with Adam on sometimes when it comes to Az, like, take a step back, buddy. I think he's really looking forward to Christmas season's coming up. Az is big on Christmas. It's his favorite time of year. I'm excited for him to be able to see his family and hang out with his family. I love when Az gets to go do that. Not because we lose Az, but it's those moments where you're going to go do something you really love. And I like seeing you do that. So it's just like me. When I went over to Matsuri, I had a fun time. This weekend, I got to go see my brother. I had a fun time. We all need to be able to step back and relax for a while before you get burnt out and want to just burn everything down and say, fuck it all. So it's just a matter of tolerance. I've been there recently, but now I feel relaxed and rejuvenated. So let's get the epic Az rant, shall we? Because I actually agree with Az's rant. I think this is a beautiful rant from Az. Have you guys seen it?
Nope.
Cloud?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think actually, Cloud, you're the one that showed it to me. But anyways, here we go.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself, think, oh my God, just think of this world. Just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring! We can't see past our own fucking reflection! That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company. Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No, no, no. Current fucking day. Fuck off. You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. You are a one-hived mind twat waffle. That's all you fucking are. And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our immersions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything, every single solitary fucking thing.
Oh, I love Az. I love him. And he's not wrong. Right? Devil?
No, he's not. He's absolutely not.
But I think this goes to like one of our biggest points we've been saying here is like this is a tolerance thing, and a lot of us are getting tired of this shit. That is the ultimate point. Is here. I'll pull up the thing. I was gonna say this for a little bit later, but this one I think is passable just because of the context of the world. Because apparently I'll play it. She is apparently a female clone of a dude. So, oh shit! I don't have the volume on. Give me a moment. Oh, shut up.
Listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier.
Yes.
So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there.
You're a dude.
My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance.
Uh-huh.
The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place.
Yeah.
I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the during the colony war.
But like in this situation, this makes sense in a sci-fi context. What's her name from Cyberpunk, who turned out to be trans, that looked passable? That makes sense for the sci-fi context. Pronouns don't. Pronouns literally make zero sense for a scientific sci-fi world because pronouns is inherently narcissistic. Why do I need to know your fucking pronouns in order to play this game?
I also fully expect there to be an orange man bad thing in the game.
I think when it comes to gaming, that's a little bit different, but like the pronoun aspect completely changes how this thing works. That's why I don't mind with type A and type B, and you can see what they are. You can see type A has a dongle, type B has a vajayjay. Okay, that makes sense to me. But when you actively ask, what is your pronouns? This becomes modern day bullshit where narcissism is inherently there. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the that in the sci-fi aspect of it, it being so far in the future that let's say, fine, you can change your sex or something and your DNA through some machine. Fine, you want to put that in there? Okay.
CRISPR technology is real.
Yeah, but pronouns, that is directly to attach it to what is happening now. This bullshit, they, them, is that, dog pronouns, bullshit like that we get fed every single day and is fucking making us want to freaking lose our mind. And it's not just that, there's other stuff. Like I haven't seen all the stuff that people have been pointing out, but I know that like when you go to Earth, Earth was destroyed because the ozone layer collapsed. So global warming destroyed the Earth. That's why we no longer, okay, thank you. Fucking, it is so fucking stupid.
Well, like in Cyberpunk, for instance, because I really love Cyberpunk. I love the lore of Cyberpunk. I have Cyberpunk lore books right behind me. I'm actually getting the actual story for the actual books and stuff for Cyberpunk. They have like a thing on global warming destroyed the world, but it wasn't just global warming. It was corporatism, government interference. There was other aspects to it all. It wasn't just global warming. I'm just tired of the modern day shit. This is science fiction. You have a way to put this stuff together. You have a way to like make the global warming plus other stuff of why Earth is destroyed make sense and have fun with it. It can't just be one thing. It's the immersion aspect. We want to be immersed. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy these things. I want to be able to turn this on. I don't even know anything about Starfield. I have purposely not watched any trailers, know nothing about the story. I have stayed as far away because I wanted to enjoy this because I like Bethesda. I like Fallout. I like Elder Scrolls. I was excited for this. No, nothing. I don't even know what the possibility of a bad guy might be or what the main goal is. But I don't want to be like in Skyrim. Let's say this was Skyrim, for instance. Do you think, as the Dovahkiin, I want somebody to come up to me and say, "Excuse me, Dovahkiin, what's your pronouns?" I'm gonna go Fusurado him right off a fucking cliff. Okay? In a fucking Fallout. I'm over there. I'm traveling the wasteland. I'm killing mutants. I'm doing everything. There's a few bandits and stuff. I have somebody come up to me and go like, "Sir, please, I need some help. But first, I need to know what your pronouns are." Bitch, where's the water? I need rads. I need bullets and caps. I don't fucking care. Why? Why in an advanced scientific civilization where you're traveling the stars, where you're exploring planets and everything like that, where the world is vast and chaotic and cool looking and clean and everything like that? Why do I need to go over there and say, "Listen, my pronouns are they, them"? No, fuck off. I don't care. I want to get my gun, my ship, and I want to go travel the stars and shoot stuff. Okay, is that too much to ask?
Well, it's like as said, they've destroyed escapism. You used to have so many things where you could find a world and just escape into it and enjoy yourself and just put all the worries of your life aside. And they've decided to take that from us. They've decided to sit there and say, "No, you can't. You can't have this thing that's going to allow you to make it through your day a little easier because that little bit of escapism you can have. Nope, we're not going to let that you have that." They have to ruin every single fucking thing. Whether it's comic book. Good.
Another thing that I'm finding out they're now doing is that game companies are now going back into older games and removing stuff that may be problematic.
They've been doing that for a while now. They've actually been doing that for a while. There's certain games that they're completely tweaking. That's why you want to make sure you have older copies of things.
Well,
and it sucks. And don't digital copies. You want physical, and even some of the physicals, they're going in there and changing stuff. So we're in a bad predicament.
Well, that's because the disease of wokeism affects everything. If everything we try to escape to, they go to the next thing. So they affected movies, and we got tired of movies. So we went to comic books. They entered comic books and destroyed comic books. Then they're trying to do it to anime. They've done it to games. Well, and so our refuge has been, well, we'll just watch the old stuff. There's plenty of good movies.
Yeah.
Plenty of good shows that have already been made before all this woke crap. We'll just go back and watch those. Oh, well, what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll start changing those.
We're going to go in, and what we're going to do, and this is a perfect example, we're going to take episodes out because maybe you don't have a physical copy and you have to stream it. We are going to hide episodes. Perfect example. I love Community. Community is a fucking phenomenal comedy. I love it. It's Dan Harmon at his peak. It is fantastic. One of my favorite episodes is the very first D&D episode. Guess what? It's not on
Night Elf.
Yep. It's not on Netflix because Chang, who I cannot remember who plays him, but he's a uber woke guy himself, is in he's in blackface, but guess what? His blackface is straight up like, you know what? This black, not Donald Trump, not Donald Dermy here, but like the black, like that actual shade, like pitch fucking black. That's his face.
Well,
and he's
actually,
a night elf.
Original blackface, was what it was. They were literally put shoe shine on like to make yourself bitch.
But he was a night elf. You know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
People like Sarah Silverman who did blackface doesn't get canceled at all.
Yeah, minstrel blackface. Yeah, is. But
here, I got a perfect picture. Like this, not even. I think this is a step up from minstrel blackface. I don't even see blackface. I see this as freaking hilarious. I loved it.
Oh, I think so too. But they obviously were making a joke on it, and so of course the wokies are gonna get
they outright call when they see him like this. They outright say, "You're in blackface," and he goes like, "What? No, I'm a night elf, bitches," and then he leaves. And guess what? I thought they took it all out because of this. Of Minecrafting yourself whole whole thing in there. But no, that would have been a perfect episode. This whole episode was a phenomenal episode, one of the best episodes out there, and they took it off because of this. Because of this.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Yep. But let's go through some of the chaos, shall we? Because Actman. You know what? I'm not even going to share. I'm going to share entire screen because we're going to be going through several clips. Quote tweets Dan Vask. Gorilla-shaped man on the verge of crying because Starfield lets you pick pronouns at the start of the game and then it never brought up again. Somebody please off this guy in Minecraft with a bear tranquilizer. He's going to attack someone. No, he's not.
Man,
it's a rant.
Fuck up, Act Man, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
isn't he based in some areas and retarded in others? Isn't Actman the one that went after Bug?
Yes.
Bug, if you're still in chat, the link is in Ballbusters, but what the hell?
Guy's all kinds of retarded. And like I said, yeah, okay, maybe just about that, but he said in all wokeness stuff. And like I said, there's other place in the game where there's woke crap. It's not just at the pronouns. That's just one thing.
Well, then you get this, and I know this is Ryan Kennel, but that's not the important part. Hassan. This weird British guy losing his mind over selecting pronouns in Starfield is the perfect demonstration for why we must bring back lobotomies. No, you're the perfect demonstration on why we must bring. No, actually, no. Hassan, darling, buddy, baby, booby. Okay. Abibi, okay? Abibi, listen, Abibi. Your show lobotomizes people. You lobotomize people. I do not see the entertainment value of what you do, but you're one of the biggest fuckers out there, and all you do is right, nuggies, right.
Fucking champagne socialist.
Yeah, Hassan Piker is the biggest joke there is, and it's only young, stupid, retarded people who give that asshole money. If you give Hassan Piker money, go fuck yourself. You piece of shit.
You're just a retard, and you need your money taken away. You know what? This is what we need to do. In order to give Hassan money from now on, because you guys are all socialists, you must give it to the government.
Yeah. Hassan Piker, there is a place on your tax returns where you can give as much money as you want to the government. You don't have to just pay the taxes they take. You can give the government more. Why doesn't Hassan Piker sign over all the money he gets? Why doesn't he say, you know what, all I need is this $200,000 house, a car that costs freaking $30,000, and I'm good. No, he bought a freaking $3.5 million
mansion.
But dude, what about the government doling it out?
What? Do you want him to starve? Do you want him to be homeless?
Oh, nuggies are so expensive. What a fucking bitch he is, dude. Hassan Piker's the biggest bitch on the internet.
He went to the Super Bowl in a sports car.
To fuck horses. Remember that.
That is true. True. But also, yeah, and I'm pulling this part up because this is based mode Lofty. This is why I'm so shocked right now. Like, this take from Lofty is based. So you got Justin Wang here. I've had it up to here with this shit. Are you boy or are you girl? Okay, well, this is basically like the A type, B type. This is binary.
Well, is he being is he joking about it though? Is he like saying I'm so tired of it? Like he's mocking people being upset about the binary
pronouns
crap, but yeah, pronouns and shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Then you get Lofty here. Base Lofty. This doesn't address the they, them pronouns. The best defense for including them in that 1.5 million estimate people in the US are non-binary, and most of them are Gen Z who play video games. Bethesda included the option for those. Okay, this is not based. This is this part was based. This doesn't address the they, them.
So this guy's condescendingly making a thing because and then Lofty is actually taking it seriously, and so they're both idiots. Like,
God damn it! I was giving Lofty credit there. I was giving him fucking credit, and now I have Ed on my. You know what? Yes, shame me, shame me. Chat, Yell at me. All of you, yell at me. I need a shame button now. Admonish me. I'm retarded. Because I read that first sentence and I was like, man, that's a base take. Lofty has a base take. I don't know why he isn't doing this for the rest of the world. Oh, then I read it.
But you know something? Even though Bethesda did that, it's still not going to be enough. There's still going to be
No.
well, why don't we have Zim? All those.
No, you can
pronouns?
type it all in. You can actually choose your pronouns. Like type whatever you want in. And a Baru for $10. Thank you very much, bud. Take my money. Screw Hassan. Aw, I'll take your money lovingly. And I will try my hardest not to give it to the government, but the government takes it anyway. So, but I had a interaction with Lofty. Because fuck you, Raster. Fuck you, you stupid dickhead. I love you, Raster, but you had to bring this to my attention. Right here. So Lofty comes out and does this shit, and I'm not playing this 9-minute fucking video.
I got halfway through and I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not watching the rest.
I think I got here and I said I'm done. Because Lofty wants to fuck Ken, by the way. Or get fucked by Ken. I don't know. Like, it's getting to an absurd degree. But here...
There was no sound.
Wait, is there... Oh, that's my bad.
God damn it. Jeremy.
No...
Every fucking time.
I'm retarded. What do you expect? Okay. Yeah, I'm not even starting from
Ken's
beginning.
Pronouns are implemented in the game. So let's see what happens, right? I got my body type down. I got my my face, my background, my traits. And what happens when you finish this part of the character creation? This pops up, this screen right here. Now, I have to name my character, okay? As you can see on the right, it gives me he, him pronouns. Why does it give me he, him pronouns? Because I picked a male body type, okay? What happens when you click on this is it goes to the name feature. You can pick a name. So we're going to call him Ken, right? And Ken is enough, right? So he doesn't need any extra pronoun additions or anything. He's just enough. He's enough the way he is. We're just going to hit confirm, and that's the end of the character creation. But Lofty, what about the forced pronouns? What about the whole? It forces you to interact with the pronoun category. No, it doesn't. It gives you a default.
No, default is forcing you to interact with it. You fucking retard. The fact that they're there is what makes you interact with them. You goddamn moronic fucker.
Like how I was saying in the Ballbusters chat, like about, I don't know if it was 2 years ago, I signed back into my account on DeviantArt and it forced he, him pronouns on me. I'm like, I don't want this shit. It forces
pronouns on you on Tinder. You are forced to have pronouns. You cannot take them off. That's why when Anna asked me for my pronouns, I inherently, instinctively responded with F you. Because I'm tired of it. I don't care if you have pronouns. I don't care. I'll respect your pronouns. But if you're going to come at me with they, them, z's, or dog, fey, whatever, I'm going to be like, fuck off. Yeah. Or Ken and Knuff, like Lofty.
You know why it's complete and utter bullshit? Was because they said you gotta use our pronouns because otherwise you're denying our existence. You're denying our. Okay, now they say you can change every single day. So like you could wake up today and you feel 60% boy. Remember they what's his name, that scientist guy, the one who's a what's his name? Shit. Doesn't matter. Point is you can feel 60% male today, so use he, him pronouns. But then tomorrow you wake up and you feel 70% female, so then you use her, she, and that shit. And you can just change them at a will. Well, then how the fuck is... So every single time I see you, Dermy, every single time I have any interaction with you, I have to ask you the question again and again and again, because that day you might have decided to change. Who the fuck is going to sign on for that shit? Every interaction, every single day, everyone. You have to ask.
Real quick, Cloud. JB, I know this is more of an argument with semantics on this level, to be fair. But when they give you default pronouns, like you have pronouns, it is not, hey, here's your guy type, here's your girl type, or here's type 1, here's type 2, and it inherently knows by that, like, guy, girl. This is them actively saying, here are your pronouns. Here are pronouns. So in this iteration, they are making you interact with it. If you don't want to deal with pronouns, you have no choice. That becomes an argument of semantics towards the end. But go ahead, Cloud.
I don't remember. I think it was Adam Krigler who said this on Side Scrollers when they were interviewing him. I don't remember his words exactly, but I think he was saying something like they purposely make this as confusing as possible so they can keep giving you gotchas and all that.
You know what? This gives more credence to Adam's point that Lofty just does this now to farm hate clicks and everything like that. This is just him giving credit. But you come over here. Here's Horny Alf. My biggest issue is the pronouns are there at all. They are normalized. The pronoun nonsense. They don't need to be there. It's redundant. Yes, that's quite literally what the argument ends up being. I'm not going to read this. And no, Lofty, you don't get it. You come over here. This is me and him. Lofty, people are just tired of having to deal with this stuff at all. Is it really that hard for you to accept that? Yes. LOL. I think it's stupid if this triggers you so much that you're avoiding the game because of it and asking for refunds and rage posting about it.
So what are we supposed to do, Lofty, every time these companies pull this? We're just supposed to accept it, right? Because then how's it ever... No, because if we don't, then they just keep going down the road till, like I said, one day you're arrested because you said somebody's pronouns wrong. But we won't push back. We'll just keep going down that road because heaven forbid we actually say we're upset about something and show by not buying the product or using the product.
No, JB, again... It's the fact that they're actively showing you and giving you the choice to change he, him to she, her, or any of that with your body types or whatever. All you need is to choose the body type, and it should inherently know from that. You don't need anything else.
That's what I was thinking when I was watching Lofty's video, and he was saying, "Oh, it's just so the NPCs can interact with you." It's like, then why not do it in the background? Don't have it up front.
Here, I'll come back to this real quick. Right here, Pokemon, old school, boy or girl. Okay, even though I don't think Professor Oak, they allowed you to do this until Gen 2. And I don't think Professor Oak was the one that asked you, but this is something else. But okay, boy or girl. It inherently knows by, hey, I'm boy. Okay, here are your pronouns. You know that. Girl, okay, here are your pronouns. You know that. I'm not playing a video game to play as myself. I don't want to play as myself. I want to play as somebody else. I want to play as fucking Dovahkiin, who's over there slaughtering everybody. Okay? And Conan, I wasn't myself. And Conan, guess who I was? I was a fucking Amazoness cannibal. Massive tits, giant red hair, built like a tank. Raster, who has some sort of size fetish, would have wanted to climb her. That's why I play games. I don't play games because I want to be a they, them. Because when you give people the option to be they, them, that's them wanting to play as themselves when the point of video games is to play as somebody else. We don't have Mario coming out here going like, hey, what's your pronouns? No, because when you play Mario, you want to play as Mario. In these MMOs, the idea is you're not playing as yourself. You're playing as somebody else. You're playing as something better than yourself.
But see, Jeremy, you're not mentally ill. And you can actually enjoy something if it's not you on the screen. These people, for some reason, can't.
JB, I love you, but I think we're just arguing semantics right now. I got to be honest with you. I think it's just coming down to semantics. But what do we got here? For $4.99 from Jonathan Davis. I don't have a clapper. I need to get a clapper. Lofty was gaslighting people all day because he believes pronouns don't exist.
Huh?
Oh, that's right. He doesn't even respect pronouns. He doesn't care.
Well, then why make the argument?
Because of Adam's point.
Yeah.
He's just hate farming. which I have a respect for, but at the same time, dude, don't be a little bitch about it, because we'll get back to my discussion with him because it shows off that he's just being a bitch. Abaru, monetizing your haters works both ways. Lofty knows what he's doing. Yeah, true.
Very true.
Very, very true. Very true.
Which is why we
it does. It asks you to. It does ask you to give you pronouns, and you can change those pronouns to they, them, z's, or whatever. That ends up becoming my point. Is why do you need to even deal with that? You have body type 1, body type 2. You shouldn't need to deal with anything. No, I'm just okay, JB. I know I'm usually wrong, but I think we're just arguing semantics here, JB. But I love you. You're awesome. I love you, buddy. And yes, you can role play as yourself. You don't need everyone to kneel to your feelings. Yes, that's right. But the point of role playing is not to be yourself. But you're right. You can be yourself, but why? Why would you want to be yourself? JB, I love you. I love you. Okay, buddy? I love you. God damn it, JB, I love you. That we're ending it there. I love you. But anyways, moving on. How is it stupid? People are tired of pronoun game and dealing with all this stuff. If you don't want to buy the game because it has the stuff in that, it's your right. He outright said he thought it was stupid. He outright said asking for a refund, avoiding buying it, any of that, he thought it was stupid. I say this. I don't care if you don't buy it, and I never said it. It's not right. You're right. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Why is it showing Lofty's picture, but you're reading from you, you said?
No, this is me. No, this is Lofty. This is me.
Yeah,
this
but
is Lofty.
But when you were going across, you said, then I said, and you started going across Lofty's. So that's why I was like confused.
Did I say then I said? I meant then Lofty said. I don't care. I pointed this out. Okay, this is what Lofty says right here. Okay, remember. Yes, LOL. I think it's stupid if this triggers you so much that you are avoiding the game because of it and asking for refunds and rage posting about it.
Well,
I don't care if you don't buy it, and I never said it's not your right. You outright say you think it's stupid, so you do care.
I'm over Lofty. It's the same thing he was doing the other night, where we're explaining something to him, and he's acting like he either doesn't understand, which is the stupidest shit. You know, well, I don't know. I just think
and
that's
JB,
stupid. Well,
I think you do have to. JB, I do think you have to confirm even the default settings. You have to confirm it all. So yes, it makes you interact with them. So, JB, I love you. You're welcome to shit on me and my stupidity. I love you, buddy. You're my friend. You're always welcome here, even though you're wrong. I don't care. Why are you putting words in my mouth? I'm not. You. That's what you said right here. You thought it was stupid. I pointed out that it's their right to be this way. You said, no, I never said that. Yes, you did. I just think it's stupid, and I already explained why. You just disagree with me. Who cares? You care. You doing this shows you care. All of this shows that you have a level of care. Yep. You said you thought it was stupid when you said it was stupid when you said, I should have used commas, this is my fault, that you inherently disagreed with someone who is thinking or why they are doing it. I fucked this one up. If you buy it, or I don't care if you buy it or not, I'm having to fix my own thing. But what I do care about is people acting like it's retarded, being tired of this stuff. I don't think Az's position is bad. I think he has a valid position. Okay? I kind of understand where Az is coming from. I don't care either way. But at the same, I do care. Okay? I care that it's being forced on me. But at the same fucking time, you acting like you doing this shows that you care, but then acting like it's stupid and everything. You're just inherently disregarding and dismissing everybody else's opinion just because you say it's stupid and now I'm going to debunk it all. It's this level of you said it earlier. What was the good word?
Condescending.
Condescending nature that Lofty has. Okay.
Exactly. He's always just like, I'm right, you're wrong, shut up.
Yes. You can be tired of these character creators if you want, but I'm not. Okay, but other people are. Some people are tired of white people. This is not the same. This is not equal. Some people are tired of white people being in movies, and maybe they are being genuine, but I can still make fun of them. I don't understand why you can't just accept that I have a different opinion than you, LOL. You can't accept that we have a different opinion. That's where it boils down to.
Yeah.
You can't acknowledge that other people disagree with you. And the moment somebody disagrees with you, or maybe he's actually right, you have to come out and fight them on this.
This is what he was doing I don't know if it was last week on the midweek hump. When
2 weeks ago, because it was the same week he came on here.
Yeah. And
no, that would have been last week.
He was just arguing that and saying, oh, if you don't want to see a movie because it had an actor in it that basically hates you, well, you're stupid. It's like, really?
No. This goes to, I don't support piracy whatsoever. But what I will tell you is, if there's a company out there, Disney, Warner Brothers, whatever, that outright hates your ass, and you don't want to go to the theater to see their movie, find a way. Don't give them their money. Never give them your money. I don't support piracy, but find a different way. Don't interact with it. Or if you're doing something like I do, reviewing stuff, yo-ho-hoing is fine in my opinion, because these people are jackasses and I'm not going to give them my money.
I'm fine with Lofty having a different opinion than me. I don't get hurt about people disagreeing with me. I don't think I would ever have Lofty on my show. Just like I said, I won't have Vito and I won't have Dick on my show. Not that any of them would ever come on. Okay, I'm totally admit my little show, no chance, but it doesn't matter. Point is, I'd never have Lofty on. Why wouldn't I ever have Lofty on? Because he can't be. He has to be a dick to people when you disagree with him, and I can't have that on a show where it's all about each person having a different opinion. I don't want Dermy to be like, I think it should be in a C, and Lofty to call Dermy a dumbass because
a normie.
Why is it? Yeah. So I would never let Lofty on my show, and
especially because the problem with Lofty is, and I think it was JB pointed out, he talks out of both sides of his mouth. Lofty trying not to lose the argument by talking both sides. Yes. Because that's what Lofty does. He doesn't want to lose. He always has to be correct. And then when he starts getting pointed out that he's losing, he disappears. Because I come back here. I don't care if you have a different opinion. What I care about is you act like a prick when other people have a different opinion than you. I'm not wrong here. This is Lofty every single time. What's worse is when he agrees with people, he sounds even worse. I can remember back on Flashcast, because I love Flashcast. I watch it every week, even while I'm on Skinemax. It is up. I am watching it. I interact with it. I love it. When Halo was coming out, he was agreeing with Anna, but still was wanting to argue with Anna. He just wants to argue and fight with everybody constantly. Even on things like this, where the ultimate problem is people are just tired of having to deal with this. They are tired of it being in all their stuff. And he's just here like, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. But when you're constantly inundated with it, when you're constantly being shoved down your throat with this stuff, it becomes a big deal, and every grain of sand makes a heap, and sometimes the heap spills over.
And not only that, if you start noticing it creeping in, you gotta nip it in the bud. Otherwise, it's gonna end up just like with everything else, just completely destroying the entire industry.
Yeah.
Personal pronouns sounds like complicated way to say names. I agree with Shock right here. It's compelled speech. It is. Being forced to say your pronouns is bullshit.
And they want you to not fight it. They want you to fucking just accept it. Because the
Mhm.
second you accept it, they win. The second you accept it, then they can push whatever they want on you. Like I said, next thing you know, after that, you start getting charged a fine for misgendering somebody. You know, and because why? You didn't stand up to them when you had a chance.
And also, they want you to start referring to them that way, even when they're not in the room.
Well, no. Okay, so Captain Have Fun. I like opposing views. I like differing views. At Renaissance Nerd and I, we argue a lot. Like, I love to argue with him. We have debates all the times. We kind of disagree on the One Piece live action. We agree on some parts, but I think it's actually okay. He doesn't like it. Okay, like, I like opposing views. The problem when it comes to Lofty is
he acts
when
like a leftist.
there's that, but also what we're pointing out here is he has this condescending nature to him.
Well,
it's just like inherent, and I don't get why he can't see it, because we're in person. I drank with the dude. I bought the dude a drink. I can't wait to see him next year if I get to go to Matsuri. I do legitimately love Lofty, and I love talking to him. I would probably bring him back on Ballbusters. Nobody has to come on if they don't want to. Maybe I'll just do a tiny chair, but I like Lofty. I'll admit it. But it's the condescending tones that he gives you. It's the, like JB and I. JB, we're having a debate. JB disagrees with me. I disagree with JB. I love JB. I love the fact that we are arguing here. But when it comes to Lofty, if we were having an argument, he always has to be correct. He always has to be on top. And if you're starting to beat him in a debate, he starts pulling out very cheap tactics that are just dirty and nasty, and it's bullshit.
Well, that's what I was also meaning, that he acts like a leftist. That he then starts resorting to name calling, like, "Oh, you're a moron. You know, you're stupid for not seeing things the way I see them." It's like, really, Lofty?
So he does
Mr.
what Vosh
Bug
does.
Mr. Bug's right. Lofty, yeah, Lofty's kind of like Vosh. It's. I hate to say it, but it's true. But Mr. Bug's right. Lofty turns friendly disagreements into slap fights. You can just go. You don't have to watch it, but you can just go to our last Ballbusters with Lofty, which actually I do think that was last week. Now that I'm thinking about it,
It was the week before.
no, I think it was last week.
No.
Well, if it depends on how.
Was...
It depends on how you're doing this, because yeah, you're right. It would be 2 weeks ago, but it was last Friday, not this past Friday, but the week prior. Yeah. We had Lofty on, and
I was gonna say technically it's Monday, so we're into the next week. So.
Okay, you're right. 2 weeks ago, we had Lofty on, and all it was Adam, who's on here. Adam is like Star Wars EU fit gold. He knows the lore. He knows so much about the EU. He knows George Lucas signed off on everything. And the moment Lofty heard the claim George Lucas signed off on everything, he had to fight. He had all he had to say was, really? Is that true? But no, he inherently goes like, really? I don't believe that's true. There's no way. That's impossible. Just fight immediately.
Yeah, it was funny because he says, is that true? Like questioning it. That's fine. Adam says, yes, this is where I shine. I've read every one of the books. I've read, the articles. I've read people's conversations about all this stuff. He could have been like, that's so weird. Okay, well, I'll take your word for it, and left it there. But instead he'll go, I'll take your word for it. But I think, and then he'll still sit there and try to argue his point, even though he acknowledges he doesn't know that much about it. If you don't know that much about it, shut the fuck up to somebody who says, I do know a lot about it.
I love Lofty. Again, I love you. I'll always love you. You are a cool dude, and I think
very gay.
You're very gay. You're cool. I love you. You just have this way of.
Gay. You keep saying.
Oh yeah, I know.
I love you.
I know, but he has this very way of just acting that pisses people off, and he doesn't realize it, and that is a problem. One of the things though is shit. I don't remember where I was going with this. Fuck. God damn it, Cloud! You made me lose my.
Every time I make memes of him, he gets so butthurt.
He gets butthurt. It's easy to make him butthurt, but it's like Lofty isn't meant for this, because he wants to farm the drama, but the moment anybody comes back at him, he just has to fight. I don't want to live in an echo chamber, but Lofty feels like everything's an echo chamber. Oh, I remember where I was going. I had to see Logan Paul, but to remind me, all you have to do is look up on what the XQC's drama. It's a lot of info there, but just look it up. Okay, just follow it. Watch the EFAP on the topic. It's a 7-hour EFAP. Just watch it. Do what you can. Then you have to watch XQC versus H3H3. Lofty thinks XQC won that debate, which is retarded. And his evidence is Ethan had to bring in his wife to argue for him. The thing was, XQC ended up targeting Teddy Fresh, which is not technically run by Ethan. That is run by his wife. So why would Ethan argue about Teddy Fresh when his wife's right there who runs Teddy Fresh? That is why. And then XQC lost that debate immediately when he played a video trying to prove his point that he completely fails on, because he was doing this whole thing of, oh, well, I'm not the only one that steals people's contents and doesn't react to them or transforms them. You do that too, Ethan. And he plays a video where he inherently transforms it and changes it, so he loses his point. He
just doesn't understand.
Lofty does. And then when it came to Eric July versus Vito and all this stuff, he couldn't figure this out. He couldn't accept Eric July's point. But what we ended up saying was, there's questions here. We don't trust Vito. But he had to he's not writing Vito and Dick because he's in chats with them. Yeah. Guess what? If I ever get in a chat with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamer, Ryan Kennel, Drunk 3PO, even though I think Drunk 3PO is not going to ever do this, but if I think they do something I disagree with, guess what? I'll still call them out. If I'm in chats with them, I'll still call them out. And you want to know what? I think they would respect me for that. If you're so scared to lose this connection to Vito and Dick Masterson, oh my God, I got to stream with them once, that you're not going to see that, hey, there's something sketchy here, but you're going to inherently side with them because you've been on stream with them a few times and you're in chats with Vito. Oh my God. Why are you here? Because if they do something wrong, are you going to call them out? No, it sounds like you're not.
I'm in chats with you and I call you out on bullshit all the time.
Yeah, and I like it. I respect you guys for it, even though Cloud, sometimes I think you calling me out is kind of bullshit in certain situations, but it is what it is. When you call me weird, I'm not lying. But it's like, yeah, so everybody knows I'm weird. I'm proud to be weird. There was one other thing there's one last thing, and I saw this. So this is where I got the Ackman thing. Ricada chimed in. If it's never brought up again, why have a player pick them? This is my point. I agree with this. If it's not useful to the game itself, why was it included? Oh yeah, that's right. Hashtag heel versus babyface is right. Yes. Vito, you know what? Vito, I'll give you this. I'll give you this one. It does get brought up in some character dialogue later. I'll give that to you. Because that's not a bad take. That's not a bad position. That's just fact. There you go. Does your character tell them the pronouns when the conversation starts, or does the NPC automatically know your pronoun choice? The NPC just know what you picked. This is Lofty now. I don't see why it's a problem giving people the option to swap their gender dialogue if they want to. Pronouns are about 3 seconds of character creation. You can think it's cringe. I don't care. I just think it's cringe to freak out about it. But this isn't immersive. Right there. That's the whole point of the argument. This isn't immersive anymore. The point of immersion is to be immersed in it, is to not be yourself. I get it. Yeah. You can roleplay yourself all you want, but the ultimate point of roleplay is to be somebody different. Why would I want to be myself in a roleplay game? Okay, I'm serious. Why? I'm a fat ass. My you know what? My life isn't actually that bad. I'm very blessed. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
But I don't want to be me.
Well, it's like when you go to a Renaissance fair, they try to keep their character as much as they can because they're trying to give you an immersive experience where you feel like you're actually there. So you don't see a person dressed like King Arthur or whatever come up and say, "Where do they have the cell phone chargers, man?" Why? Because that breaks the immersion. And that was something that, like, back at Disney, when Walt Disney first created Disneyland, the reason he made all those tunnels below Disneyland and was because he wanted the characters to use them so you didn't see Mickey Mouse walking around smoking a cigarette, and it would destroy what your immersion into this world. And that's how people look at a lot of stuff, movies, games. It's about immersing yourself in a world, and when you do that stuff, you break it. It's just.
I'm gonna finish what Ricada is saying, but real quick, Jonathan Davis for $10. Lofty tried to convince Camelot 331 that the pronouns weren't in the game. I sent him a screenshot with proof. Then Camelot has been shitting on him the rest of the day. LOL. What the fuck? And then you get Abaru again for another $20. Thank you very much, Abaru. Just wanted you to know this stream is appreciated, and I'm almost out of whiskey. Hey, Abaru, you're always welcome here, and I know that feeling of almost being out of whiskey. But you know what? I'll do this. One shot, just one. This is for Abaru. I love you, buddy. Oh God. Oh, keep moving on. And JB, I feel like you're doing this now just to piss me off, and it kind of works.
It's lost in it.
Because I love JB. JB, you're fucking awesome. But then this goes to my point, back to like Pokemon. You inherently know what the pronouns are when you choose boy, girl. Outside of that, you don't need to ever see your pronouns again. Really. And being called he or she or him or whatever, that's different. You know, dialogue is different than actively being told he, him, she, her, they, them, z, zer, fuck you. Okay, but back to this. But this isn't immersive. How would they know your pronoun choice, assuming it's atypical? This whole thing is just weird. Why put in pronoun selector? Do people project their pronouns in front of them so NPCs know? Do they call signs for comms out? Fill a pronoun prompt? You know what? This is actually a good point. This is a wonderful point. Why, if you have they them pronouns, but you look like a dude, how do they know you have they them pronouns? Seriously, how do they know? Because the point here that he's trying to make is in game, they're just going to know you by the way you look. So if they see a dude, they're going to say that's a he, him. But if you're a they, them, and you look like a dude, how are they going to know that you're a they, them? Or if you're a girl and your pronouns are he, him, how are they actually supposed to know that you're he, him? That becomes the problem here. That doesn't make sense. What Ricada's pointing out actually doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes perfect. My brain's just broke. Why has nobody pointed this out yet except Ricada? Like this actually becomes a good point. Am I the only one here?
No, I'm doing something. Well,
something.
I'm sorry. I'm really.
Oh, yeah, I'm not as important.
I'm just over
shit.
the arguing of Lofty. Lofty's a dickhead. He's always been a dickhead, and he's going to continue to be a dickhead. It's too frustrating to deal with. It's like when you were a kid and you get in the fight with the kid, and it would be, I know you are, but what am I? And, you know, it's like, okay, now we're in this circle of nothing's going to get accomplished. So why am I even talking to you? Goodbye. You know,
I wanted to get down to here, really, because this is how I got back into this, because Ricada's been getting a lot for this one. But Jason Vanu, I don't know who this fucker is. Shut up. Just shut the F up. you would pick a pronoun that would make your gender so it wouldn't be a problem for you. Shut your mouth. You are literally mad at something that has zero consequences to you, none whatsoever. Stop being a snowflake. But you just told him to shut up twice. And I love the quote tweet, by the way. Shut up, just shut up. Oh my God, shut up. This isn't a big deal. Shut up and stop asking G question. Fat. I need to find Razor Fist's response to this shit. It's over here. Because John Connor says he has an awesome response. So is it on Twitter or where is it? What? Wait. Oh, I just got a new one on my thing from Rogue, but it's the Lofty stuff. So I want to find Razor Fist real quick. And then I have one last thing and then we'll start wrapping it up. Razor Fist. Shit, he tweets a lot. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a while. Fuck me running.
No, thank you.
Shut up. Books. I don't think it's there. I might actually have to hunt this one down because this is insane. Wait, what's this?
Hunted down like John Campea hunted down Tobey Maguire's dick.
I hunted.
Oh shit, that's an awesome thing. Frickin', it wasn't just Az that had a rant.
Who else did? Razor Fist?
Dr. Disrespect had a rant.
Oh.
Oh, and he got pushed down. I'm trying to find frickin' Razor Fist's rant on it all. But I might have somebody try to send John Connors, if you're on Twitter, send it to me via DMs. I'll pull up this Dr. Disrespect though, and I know this is from supposed a trans individual that's trying to shit on him, but
I thought I heard that he was doing it to like mock Az.
I don't know, but the tweet here is Dr. Disrespect was rejected a Starfield sponsorship deal due to his recent transphobia, and he got triggered on stream because the head of Bethesda Publishing has pronouns in his bio. These guys wouldn't survive Modern Warfare 2 lobbies if pronouns trigger them.
This coming from somebody who would cry at what they hear. This is the person.
Wait, what is this? The take from Razor Fist? Are you male or female? This pic really trying to say, what is a boy? What is a girl? Do we need a biology degree for identifying kids too now? Apparently, and that's a great thing. But let's see this.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Now everything's starting to make sense. Everything's starting to make sense now. Everything's starting to make sense. Got it. All right. I got it. So I got to say this, Chance, for just real quick. I just got to get it off my chest. Obviously, we've been hyping up Star Citizen for Starfield for a long time. We've been making it very vocal, right, Chance? We had our team reach out. Hey, can we work with you? Can we do something? Due to past controversies, there's no way we can work with Dr. Disrespect. How about just give me, let me play the game when some of the others are playing it. How about that? Yeah, that's still the case.
Okay, it's not a rant like I thought, but okay, so you were kicked out. He does have this tweet that I'll check it out, but it does start. Some of these poor young people are just depressed, no life experience, and completely misdirected by the internet. Look at my words being taken out of context here. Their insecurities are obvious. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. I know. What the fuck? I'm just tired of this. Why can't we just not? I'm done. I'm done. Wait, what is this? Bethesda, a game studio that doesn't even ask for your character class anymore, is now asking for your pronouns. You can't make this shit up. That's Razor Fist. That is awesome. I love that. And before we start, I have one last thing. JB's question. If Lofty said it's not a big deal, then why did he write a book about it?
That's what we've been saying.
Because it is a big deal to him. He does care about it, JB. That's the whole point.
It's like that JonTron meme. I don't care. I don't care at all. I care immensely.
Yeah. I'm trying to because I have a bunch of like CBR and Kotaku and stuff. Because there is a decent Kotaku article I think we could bring up. But and there's a. You know what? No, I'll do one last thing. This is how we'll end it up. We'll do Rip first. Well, not. It's still on the Starfield drama. So Eric July put this video out today, and I think it's encapsulates it because he's correct on everything. Okay, so here we go.
Shout out to Az. He did it was a rant. Let's just call it exactly what it was, and it is to me Az. That's him at his best. That's him at his best, talking passionately about various subjects, especially gaming. That's what a lot of people, let's say,
real quick, shout out to Comics Division.
Nice. Industry that a lot of people's introduced to him, heel versus babyface. For you guys that don't know who it is that I'm talking about, and he was talking about Starfield, obviously, and he had played it like he has played almost 20 hours of it. And the context of his rant was just a bunch of different things. Same stuff that we've been talking about on this channel. We've talked about, or other people have talked about on their channels, and what plagues various entertainment forums right now. And as to be expected, usual suspects, as well as all of these just big YouTubers that talk about gaming, had to chime in because, well, it's safe, right? It's the overreacting guy. He's triggered. He's talking about the woke, the anti-SJWs are at it again, because that is the safe position to take, even though there are plenty of examples of pro-social justice weirdos spazzing out all over the internet. They don't got shit to say about that because it's not safe. But now I want to grow a nutsack on this on this issue. Let's just say that. I just find that incredible. And I am going to speak on the subject matter in itself, but I just had to get that out the way. Hassan Piker, big shout out to my man.
And that's basically where I'm going to stop it. If you guys want to finish this, go check out Eric July, because he just broke down a lot of the stuff that we talked about. But that is what it is. This big issue that we're dealing with right now, Lofty, everybody else, all Hassan, as he brings up, Ackman, all these guys, they're doing it because it's the safe position, because it's societal norms, and this is what you're supposed to like. And if you don't like it, well, you're a bad person, and I'm going to like it because it's safer to like it. Even though Hassan, who wanted to play fucking Hogwarts Legacy, didn't play it because he was too scared of his chat. Listen, chat. JB, you're a perfect example of this right now, and I'm not trying to single you out or call you out or anything like that, but we've been disagreeing in chat today, okay? And I love you for it. I love disagreeing with you. I love disagreeing with my chat now and then. Okay? If there's ever a game or something like that you guys outright say, no, I don't want you to play that. No, I don't want you to deal with that. No, I don't want you to have anything to do with that thing. But if I do want to do something with it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go play it. I'm going to do something with it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not terrified of you guys. I love you guys. I respect you guys. I want to give you guys stuff to do, but I'm not terrified in that sense. Like how Hassan is. Hassan was outright terrified of his chat to play Hogwarts. But to be fair, though, you guys would never do that to me.
Well, I was going to say,
you might disagree with.
We don't have a chat that would find out where we live and burn down our house or something like that.
There might be a chatter here or there, but those are rare. But what I'm trying to say is, like, we have different chats as well. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna try to please my chat, but if I just want to do something that they don't want me to do, I'm still probably gonna do it. Yeah. And I'm probably saying this wrong too, but yeah, I'm trying to say, like, I'm not captured by my chat. I love my chat. I respect you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. You're hanging out here. There's 11 of you right now. We've had a fantastic stream tonight. Abaru, Jonathan Davis, JB even. I know there was one more. Let me pull up the Abaru and Jonathan Davis. You guys are helping keep the lights on, and I love you guys for that. You're fucking phenomenal. Wait, what was this? The only thing that terrifies Jeremy is the hot bunny lady. She wasn't that hot. No, in person, she really wasn't that hot.
Yeah, okay.
No, she wasn't. There's a lot of... This year at Matsuri, the hot girls were very limited. I saw some really nice hot girls. I'm not going to lie. There was some nice ones, and there was one girl very thin. Oh, super thin. I'm not a big fan of thin girls, but these were thin and tall girls, and it's like, god damn. And they were together. One was dressed up as the butler from Black Butler, and the other one, day one, had the milker outfit. You know the one I'm talking about. You know, the cowl and all that.
Yeah.
And then day two came around, and they were walking around in BDSM gears, being like Bowsette and stuff like that. And it's like, you know what? I like the milker outfit better.
Speaking of anime conventions, I was going to say this, a while back, and I completely forgot. The anime convention where I am, Anime Boston, I think it went downhill when they started getting money from Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Yes. Oh, really fast. I'm not going to watch the trailer here. Oh, wait, never mind. It looks like a video game, not an anime. Never mind. I thought we were getting another season or another Attack on Titan series, but it looks more like a video game. So never mind. I think, you know what? Oh, Abaru or Abaru or whatever. You know what? I think it's Abaru. Now that I'm thinking it, not Abaru, Abaru. For Gal, my future ex-wife. I'll pass that on. The message, not the money. I have one last thing, and I'm not going to go through the whole story. But do you guys? I think Devil probably knows who Shudigatwa is because you've been on Mellow Mondays a lot, and that's where Hollywood's. I don't know. Has Jed been on very often?
Not on Mellow Mondays, not with me.
Okay. Then he used to be on a lot. That's where you used to talk Doctor Who a lot, not just on like Roundtable, but on Mellow Mondays. Shudigatwa is going to be our next Doctor.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I knew that. I mean,
yeah, we all know that. But he is extremely gay.
No shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
At some point, you get.
He was also a Ken in Barbie.
Knew that.
He was to play a straight guy.
You're telling us things we already know.
Shudigatwa says he was drowned in Ryan Gosling's blue eyes on Barbie set. I'm convinced Lofty has some competition here.
Just like how
I saw this headline and I had to bring it up. You're playing a straight dude. You're not succeeding at it. Like Gary said Shudigatwa wasn't succeeding. I hadn't seen Barbie at the time. Then I watched it and it's like, holy shit, he's right. Shudigatwa really did not come off as a good straight dude. My God, that was bad.
Look, I mean,
and
to be
this
fair,
picture here doesn't help.
To be fair, any of the Kens don't come off as straight.
That's true, but like... There was a few of them that did come off as straight, just retarded. Shooty came off as lofty.
I remember some people saying that Michael Cera's character came off as like he'd roofie you and then rape you.
There was a few of those too. But I still can't get over the fact that so Barbie's a brand for women. Okay, it's all about women. It's all about girls and female empowerment and all that stuff. Why do you have a trans Barbie? Why do you have a trans Barbie as Dr. Barbie?
Well, because Trans women are real women.
Samuel, were you lost in Ryan Gosling's deep blue eyes? My God. Not even I have been there.
Samuel,
I don't stare at Ryan Gosling like Lofty and go like, oh yeah, Ryan, yeah, harder.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Termy, please.
Ryan, please
stop.
But I'm Lofty.
Why would you ever want to be Lofty?
I don't, but I think it's time to start wrapping it up, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the panel. Cloud, do you got anything to pimp?
Not really. I mean,
well,
just catch my memes on side scrollers.
Hey, you know what, Cloud? I'm gonna put out a challenge for you. Make a YouTube channel. Okay, just make a random one. Put random topics on there. Don't even try to make it a thing. And the reason why I want you to do this, and the reason why I'm challenging you right now, is because I want you to have a YouTube channel before Raster and start pimping out your YouTube channel before Raster. We're going on almost a year. January. Okay, January was when Skinamax started. That's when he first announced that he's going to make a channel. We're going on almost a year of no channel for Raster when he said he was making a channel. Gal has a channel. Devil has a channel. Cloud, make a channel just to say you have a channel and Raster doesn't.
I mean, I kind of do already have a channel.
You know what? Let's pimp that channel from now on. You don't use it, but let's just pimp it. I've seen the stuff on there. Not the greatest in the world, but look who's talking. I'm giving you shit right now. Okay, buddy. We're going to start pimping that just to say Cloud has a channel, Raster doesn't.
I mean, what I used to post on that was just like, dumb shit I'd see in games.
Even I have a channel. Raster's a loser. But don't tell him I said that. Shock, I love you, buddy. I might be clipping this out for an intro now. Welcome to YouTube lore. But Devil made me do it, buddy. Pal, how are you?
Going on 9 hours behind this fucking mic today. That's about where I am. Devil made me do it. Now like 3 on Twitter. Subscribe to Beelzehub. Check out Get Ranked every Sunday. Next week is James Bond. Dermy will be there, even though he knows nothing of it.
I'm not gonna hide it. I know GoldenEye. I know Casino Royale. Like I know the newer ones, but then there was the one. My favorite one is actually one of the ones people hate the most. It's Die Another Day. I think is what it is, or a Day to Die. I have to look that up. Shit.
Okay, here's your homework. I've been watching your stinking fucking Ahsoka, so you don't get a choice here, dude. Your thing this week is look the movies up. I get you can't watch them. There's like 27 James Bond movies. There's no way you're gonna be able to watch them.
I will watch a decent amount of them. Will that help you? Will that make you feel better?
Even if you can't watch them, just read the synopsis so you can get idea of the story. So that because if I swear to God, if you come in next week and go, I don't know about that, I don't know about that, I don't know about that, the whole time
you're gonna kill you.
I'm gonna fucking tell people where your actual house is. I'm gonna dox you
in Minecraft, just to be on the safe side. But yes, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite James Bond movies is Die Another Day. I love that one. It was one of my first ones that I saw. I loved the campy nature of it. I loved everything about it. So yes, I love Die Another Day.
If you like campy, you need to see the originals.
Yeah, I like campy. I can deal with campy. Campy is fun to me. Like if I have a really campy thing, it's like, yeah, I want that. I want that camp because it's campy makes me think that you guys are trying to give us something fun. Sometimes campy sucks. Yeah. Sometimes it really works, and I can deal with campy.
Sean Connery James Bond movies are fucking amazing. Now Roger Moore, I watch all of them, but I get why people don't like Roger Moore. But yes, watch if you ever want something good, watch freaking Sean Connery's films. They're excellent. I could take or leave Diamonds Are Forever, but yeah.
I'll watch them. I like a good campy thing. But I will watch a decent amount of them. I used to watch James Bond a lot with my dad. I've seen several of them, but it's been so long since I've actually watched them. And I was like a kid, and my dad got me into James Bond. And then we watched Die Another Day together. He hated it. I loved it, but I was like 5 at the time. So I guess for diehard James Bond fans, that explains a lot. It was made for kids. Just like I like Batman and Robin. It's fun, it's campy, and it's enjoyable. I like it. It's not the great Batman movie, but it's fun.
Did you say James Bond was made for kids?
No. Die Another Day was. Die Another Day was made for kids. Like that's the level of camp. It's Batman and Robin level of camp. Let's be real here. Although Batman and Robin has high camp. And it ain't a good movie, but I love the movie. I actually was indifferent to Casino Royale, but that's when I watched it, I was still on like the camp mode, and I was like, this isn't as fun.
Well, yeah, because when they've changed James Bond, before it was he counted on his suave and he got in fights, of course, but yeah, now they want to make it into more of an action thing where they're fighting on the top of trains and shit. It's just like that's just wasn't James Bond for me.
Yeah. It was Casino Royale, like the newer one, was honestly kind of boring to me when I watched it. And again, I came off of like Die Another Day, so that explains a lot. But I'm gonna start wrapping it up, guys. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out. Again, shout out to Abaru and Jonathan Davis. You guys are freaking amazing, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.
What? Toodaloo, motherfucker. Hey, you